Hey everyone, welcome to Let's Process This, a show where we look back at the headlines, topics, and trends from 6 months ago and ask ourselves the question, does any of this still matter? But today, it's a mini-sode. So for a quick hit, we're going to keep you informed, entertained, and maybe just a little less stressed about the news cycle. My name's Chris Pappas, and we're going to jump right in. With all the chaos that's happening at the federal level right now, New York City is also facing its own wave of corruption concerns. The Adams administration is under scrutiny, and even some of the most tuned-in people I know are still dumbfounded by what's going on. So today we're breaking it down into 4 key points. In September of 2024, prosecutors brought the initial charges against Mayor Eric Adams. These charges alleged that he had colluded with Turkish foreign nationals to do a couple of things. First, that he had taken bribes worth hundreds of thousands of dollars for airline upgrades and luxury hotel stays. The other thing that he had done is taken money from these foreign nationals and funneled it into his campaign. Why this is important is because New York State will match campaign funds. The idea being that the more small grassroots donors you have, the more campaign matching you'll get. But what the Adams administration has allegedly done is taken campaign funds from foreign nationals, put them in through straw donor donations, aka made donors up, in order to receive larger public funding. Okay, now fast forward for the latest update. The Department of Justice has decided to drop the charges against Adams. Why? What changed? Well, first we have a new administration in the White House, and the new head of the Justice Department is a woman named Pam Bondi. Adams started to cozy up to the Trump administration with their hardline policies on immigration. And in February 2025, the Trump Justice Department moved to have the charges against Adams dropped without prejudice. Why is this an important distinction? Because that means that the Trump Justice Department can reinstate the charges at any time if they decide they don't like how Adams is running things in New York City. And what was the internal reaction at the DOJ to such a move? 7, count them 7 Justice Department officials, including Manhattan's top federal prosecutor, all resigned instead of having to move to drop the charges against Adams. And these are not your deep state Antifa bleeding heart progressives. These are people like U.S. Attorney Danielle Sassoon, who clerked for conservative Supreme Court Justice Anton Scalia, and Hagen Scottson, an Iraqi war veteran who wrote, any assistant U.S. attorney would know that our laws and traditions do not allow using the prosecutorial power to influence other citizens. With all of this controversy, people are asking why no lawyer just removed from the president is willing to give him that advice. It turns out that it's not that simple. I expect you will eventually find someone State, Kathy Hochul, does appear to have the power. It is absolutely possible that doing so would take as long as the next election. It would drain taxpayer resources. A darker reasoning behind why she isn't acting is because if Adams hangs onto his seat past March 28th, then a normal mayoral primary and campaign will have to go forward. And what the governor doesn't want is to give former Governor Andrew Cuomo, the man she replaced in office, any advantage if he were to run for mayor, which would certainly happen if a snap election were to be held. All right, finally, let's talk about the 2025 mayoral race. If you're frustrated or just curious about New York City's future leadership, now is the time to start paying attention. And where you can go to find reliable, up-to-date information about who is running for mayor and when to cast your ballot, you can head to www.cityandstateny.com. The New York Early Mail Voter Act allows registered voters to request and submit their ballots ahead of Election Day, making it easier for you to participate in the democratic process. If you want to get a ballot mailed to you for every primary, every general election, you can head to votenyc/request-ballot to have a ballot automatically sent to you every election. All right, that is a wrap on this mini episode of Let's Process This. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like and subscribe button and turn on those notifications so you never miss a deep dive. If you have thoughts of what's going on in New York City with our mayoral primary, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. You can also follow me on Instagram. You can find all that information in the show notes. And if you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend. It really helps us grow. Thanks so much for watching. Stay informed, and as always, let's process this together. We'll see you next time.